guys, welcome to Algebra 1/2, Lesson 56. Today's lesson is percent. Now I'm going to show you a little bit differently than Saxon does in his examples in the book because I think that you guys are ready to just kind of cut to it when it comes to percents. Percents are actually really easy because the word percent can really be broken down to mean per 100. Because we know that cent is 100, just like cien is 100, cent 100, so it's per 100. When you have that word per, here it means division, so it means dividing by 100. So when you have a percent, to work with a percent, you can't work with a percent just as it's written as percent. You have to change your percent to a decimal to be able to work with it. And the way that you do that is really simple. You divide by 100. And when you divide by 100, just like anytime you divide by a power of 10, you move your decimal point to the left as many places as you have zeros. Well, I have 2 zeros in 100, so that means I move my decimal point 2 places to the left. Always, always, always. So I have my invisible decimal point here. To make it into a decimal, I move it 1, 2 places to the left. So 25% as a decimal is 0.25. Sorry about the glare on the board. I know it makes it a little hard to see. 140%. So we move our decimal place 1, 2. So it ends right there between the 1 and the 4. So as a decimal, it is 1.4. If I have just 1%, I only have 1 digit, so that means I have to add a 0 right in front of that 1. So it becomes 0.01. And that's all that you have to do to change from a percent to a decimal. Super simple, right? So what if you have a problem that says, what is 1% of 7,500? Okay, so if I want to know what is 1% of 7,500, I'm looking for 0.01 of 7,500. So that means I'm going to multiply, because that word of always means multiply, my 7,100 times, so change my 1% to a decimal, 0.01, and I multiply. 1 times 7,500 is 7,500. I have 2 decimal places, so I move my decimal point over here. So I get 75 as my answer. All right, now what if I want to know 34% of 7,500? Now this is where I'm going to change from the book. Your book tells you that you can multiply your 75 times 34 because you have 34 1%. And you can, but you're not going to do that. You're not going to find 1% of a number every time you're looking for the percentage of a number. So you can just change your percent to a decimal. So you move your decimal point over. As a decimal, 34% is 0.34 and multiply like that. So 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 7 is 28, plus 2 is 30. Okay. 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 5 is 15, carry my 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 is 22. Add it together, lots of zeros. 5, 5, 3, okay. I have 2 decimal places, so I move my decimal point over. So I get 3,550 as my final answer, okay? Oops, not 3,000, excuse me. Don't know where that came from. 2,550 as my final answer. Okay? It's as simple as that, nice and easy. All right, let's try another one. So this time, it's going to be 1% of 67. So I multiply my 67 times 0.01. I move my decimal point over 2 places, gives me 0.67. So that's 1%. Now I have, what is 140%? of 67? Well, 140% as a decimal is 1.4. So I multiply my 67 times 1.4. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. 1 times 7, 1 times 6. Add it together. And that gives me 930, 1 decimal place. So it's 93.8 is my answer. Okay? That's all that you have to do. Go ahead and pause now and do your practice. All right, letter A. What is 1% of 64? 0.64. Now you may have noticed a pattern that when you multiply something by 1%, all you really are doing is moving your decimal point 2 places to the left. Letter B, what is 40% of 64? So that should have been 0.4 times 64, gives you 25.6. What is 1% of 5 is 0.05. What is 35% of 5? That's 0.35 times 5, gives you 1.75. Okay, let me know if you have any questions about this concept, and I would be happy to help you. See you in the next lesson. Bye.